What's up, guys? My name is Melvin, and I'm your host with C Money on Money Talk No Cap. And we've been going through the psychology of money and asking ourselves tough questions as to why we view money the way we view, what our money habits are, and are any of these things keeping us from obtaining wealth and that real business-minded entrepreneurship that we so seek. So this series is aimed for that entrepreneur in you. And we're going to go from chev-a-leg to escalades and beyond. The way we're going to do that is understand the 5 moves that separate businesses from a side hustle. So let's keep it real. You ever feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to, posting, selling, working hard, but you still ain't seeing real money, and you start to wonder, is it me? Is my idea trash? Or am I missing something? You're not crazy. The game's just rigged unless you learn how to play it like people who win. So today I'm going to show you 5 things every successful business does and how you can do it too. Now you want to stick around to the end because the last one is the reason why most people stay stuck in hustle mode forever. So stick with me. Step 1. You need to solve a clear problem. I don't care if you have multiple talents. Oh, I do hair, I do shirts, I do music. I can do it all. Yeah, that's love. But doing everything doesn't mean you're making anything. A successful business starts by solving one clear problem really well. So you need to ask yourself, what kind of problems are we talking about? And if you don't know, a problem is anything someone's actively trying to fix, avoid, or make easier for themselves. Here's a few quick examples I can give. A hairstylist solves confidence, right? Car detailing, you're solving a presentation and pride. A budgeting coach solves financial stress. Each one of these things people pay a premium for because they feel like they can't handle it. Maybe they don't know how, or maybe they don't have the time, but each one of these things solve a very specific problem. Now, if you think, oh, I'll lose money if I only offer the one thing, nope. Specializing is what allows you to charge more and scale faster. So once you've niched down and understand what problem you're going to solve that align with the talents that you have, or you're willing to learn to solve those problems, you need to know who you're talking to. You know, you can want everybody to support. I just put it out there in the world, but that's like throwing seeds in the ocean and hoping for a garden. Real businesses speak to specific audience, like they're talking directly to that person. Look at Target's marketing. It's literally called Target. So even they have a pinpoint audience and who is their consumer and who they're trying to get into their stores. So if you're asking the question, how do I know who my audience even is? Ask yourself these 3 questions, okay? This works for me. Whenever I'm scaling out the business, this is what I do, okay? 1, who needs what you're offering right now? What do they struggle with? And what are they Googling at 2 in the morning? So, for example, say you're selling candles. Are you talking to stressed out moms who want self-care? Or are you talking to men who want a gift that smells good but isn't cheesy? Knowing who you serve helps you know how to speak. Don't worry about feeling like you're leaving people out because you're not. You're just talking to the people most likely to buy first. Once you figure that out, then you need to get people to come back. I made a sale, I'm a boss, they loved it, but they never came back. That's because one sale doesn't mean you got a business, it means you got lucky once. Real businesses are built on repeat value. Okay, so how do I get people to come back? 3 ways. Consistent experience. Deliver what you promise every time. That creates the perception of value. They already want to come to you to solve the problem. So if you consistently solve their problem, they see value in you. After that, evolve. Show them the exclusivity of the problem that you solve, and they can do it for a premium by offering them a new product or a royalty discount, or sell them something that you're branding out. And then the last, let your brand feel like a movement, not just a store. So that's the connection piece. And if you do all three of those things, things will start to improve. Okay, here's another example. If someone buys a tee from you, are they just getting cotton and ink, or a feeling they want to wear again? You know, and if you don't know how to keep in touch after you make sales and get returning customers, use an email list or DMs or social content that speaks to them, not just promote stuff. Okay? Number 4, if you're sticking with me, track your money. Don't tell me I don't really do all that math stuff. I just try to make sure I got more coming in than going out. That's not a business. That's a hope strategy. But what numbers am I even supposed to track? Look, here's your starter pack. What's your startup cost? Meaning, how much does it take to start each month? Cost of goods. How much are you spending per product or service that you're launching? And your profit margin, what's left after expense? Once you figure that out, then you can figure out your break-even point, which is how many sales you need just to break even. So if you're charging $20 for a tee, but it costs you $15 to make, ship, and promote, I wouldn't call that a business. That's more of a donation line, okay? And before you ask, you don't need a QuickBooks or an accountant. You don't need one yet. Use a spreadsheet, Google Sheets, Notes app if you have to. Just don't guess, track, okay? But it's my business. If it don't work, if I don't work, it won't get done. That's number 5. If you're here to this point, thank you much for sticking out. Check out the other videos that we have in this series. Last but not least, you don't need to be there 24/7 to get paid. That's how you know you've got a successful business. You're the business, and that's why you're tired. But a real business builds systems, okay? Automations, email replies, online orders, scheduling, standard operating procedures, step-by-step instructions you can hand off, delegation, even if it's your cousins running pickups or a VA doing posts. And if you don't have employees, you don't need a team, you need a system first. Even just batching content, automating DMs, or offering instant downloads is a win, okay? So now you're thinking, all right, I get the structure, but how do I even know if my business idea is good? Well, we're going to talk about that in the next episode, how to know if your business idea is a winner or a waste. I'm giving you the C Money Test and Prove checklist to see if your idea can survive the streets and the spreadsheets. Okay? So let's go from chev-a-leg to escalade. And if this episode helped you, I want you to write this in the comments. I'm building a business, not a burnout. And tag someone who's been hustling but needs a plan, because C Money ain't just about making money. It's about building something that moves. All right? So let's go, family. Let's get it. Let's see hope. Let's see potential. And let's see money together. Peace.